up, everybody? This is episode 49. I was going to say the Carrying the Culture Show. Constant Elevation. My legendary co-host, Brother Jay, ex-client, Flatbush, Brooklyn. Um, it's been a few months. It's been a couple months, actually. It's the longest break we've ever taken, but we had to do it because we're on YouTube now.
Yes.
We're calling this uncensored. No time limits. No censorship over conversations, at least not right now. So we can start getting raw on here, but better platform, more control over what we're trying to do. At least
That's
trying to
right.
control, just at the whim and mercy of Instagram. So thank you, brother. It's been a minute. I'm glad we get a chance to build. I missed. It was weird missing a month,
Yeah.
and just we've missed some time here once in a while, but I was working on trying to get this set up. So thanks for your patience.
Oh man, all good, man. I appreciate you setting it up for us, man.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's get it popping, man. It was funny because I hit you up about a topic, and first of all, everybody, if you got questions, you can ask. Brother, you can put them in here. I can't bring them up, but I can ask them on your behalf.
Yeah.
Um, but so this came up. I was like, we were thinking of some topics or whatever. And I hit my man up the other day, underground
Yeah.
artist, and he was like, "Yo, just letting you know, I took all my shit off streaming." And I
Hmm.
was like, "Oh, that sucks for me." He's like, "Oh, I can, hit you with MP3s or whatever." But he's like, "I took everything off there." He's like, my CD baby fucked me over this, whatever. Like, lost some money. I'm like,
Yes.
damn. I'm hearing from other artists, underground, mainstream. I'm hearing about two. I'm hearing a lot of artists are dropping music straight to the consumer, and they're doing different things. And so when I brought that up to you, you came up with a great title, "Artists Rebelling Against Platforms." I thought that was a perfect way to look at it. And so this kind of came up because of several artists telling me that they're done. And you got an excellent album that waiting to rock. MOP's got two albums that they're like, yo, Billy Dance told me, he was like, why am I gonna drop these for them to come out and just disappear on the streaming in like 2 weeks or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. You know,
So
for certain people, it doesn't even matter, man. I mean, a lot of that older music. I mean, my album was 35 this year. You know what I'm saying? So, where it sits, the level of what the freshness date on that has changed. But for new artists, they should never be fooling with these platforms. You know what I'm saying? For artists that have done it and been there, we've been receiving royalties on that shit forever, dog. It should, wherever it sits on those platforms and available to people, that's cool. But for people who are just registering their music, never released it on a major platform, never these places anyway, dog. You trust these people too much. When you has been uploaded into their systems after all these years, and now they tell you straight up, like, we getting ready to sell this material. You know what I'm saying? I put it on the platform. We advertise for you. You know what I'm saying? People don't read the small print. You know what I'm saying?
right,
So busy to want to be seen. All that loading up on SoundCloud, loading your beats. You're teaching people your rhythm, and you're not getting paid for it. Just for what? Yo, go by my page and throw a thumb on my shit or whatever the case may be, dog. No, man. No. You do that with shit that, old mixtape shit that you had or something like that, and get your own original beats or something, to put on something to let people know where your talent is. But your key songs that you gotta really put out here, there is a system of making hits for entertainment, dog. It's not about just rhyming on
right.
tracks. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have some kind of appeal and common denominator to say, this is where me and the audience meet. So, so people who just want to rhyme and be like, yo, get the pat on your back, and all that's good for you. But all your good music that you're composing and stuff like that, man, keep your register. Your catalog is more worth in your house. You know what I'm saying? For you to shop. Than sitting on there getting a less than a digit of a penny. What
Let's
is
bring
what
it
is
up.
the
We got our new software right here. We're
yeah.
gonna be sure I get the explicit shit out of here. Hold on. We're gonna bring up. I don't know if you got a computer, so you should be able to see this pretty clearly. Check this out.
Yes.
All right. So for 1,000 streams, this is dollars, $3 to $5, 1,000 streams.
Right.
I think I saw something for a million streams on Spotify. I think you can get up to it's like $3,000 or something. So Apple,
Right.
$6 to $10 for 1,000 streams of a track. YouTube's, I mean, you see, Tidal offers more. Amazon, I mean, so the most, and then so I was doing the research, and it said there's this one here, QO Buzz or whatever. It's great. I mean, it's not great, but let's say it's a higher one. But the problem is nobody's on that. So then they're at the mercy of Spotify, which is paying literally shillings. Like you know what I'm saying? So you can see this here, Napster. Yeah. So 1,000 streams, $3 to $5, bro. Like,
yeah, these places weren't built to empower you, man. You know what I'm saying? It's good. It's built to showcase music. You know what I'm saying? It's not built to make you a star or get you paid in that fashion. I don't know what people were thinking. You know what I'm saying? After that MP3, back in the days, man, you know, the artist was already tainted at that point because now the consumer is used to free. You feel me? So when you get them used to free, then you say, okay, we back online. Go back to paying $10 plus for every artist that you like. Right. They're not going back.
It's hard.
Just think about it. Being 100, bro. You didn't let them taste free. It's over. You know what I'm saying? We speak about the loyalty of the consumer every other show that we have here.
Right. And so here's an interesting thing with that. All right. Like, so I'm part of the problem because when this streaming got hot, so what happened was in like 2003, I went off the grid for a long time. And so I sold all of my physical music to some kid in France, like mixed to everything. I mean, sometimes I'm still kicking myself. I sold it all. So the big crate of it, sold it all to some kid in France. And then when I decided wanted to kind of listen to more secular music again or whatever, the streaming was around, and I was like, oh, this is fucking great. Like, damn, like I could
just pull up with
playlists, everything. I'm like, man, this is great. And then as I got closer and closer to the industry and stuff, and about 9 years ago, we started the show and all this stuff, and really getting into the business side, and damn, this is rape. Like, this is like, whoa, you know, you got taking your shirts. Yeah. So, you know, I'm stuck because as I'm looking at this now, I'm like, man, first of all, I got to start buying more physicals and buying stuff. But my question is this. So let's say give me the blueprint for, let's say I'm an underground artist and I'm making music. I'm pretty good, doing some shows or whatever like that, but I want to put some music out. So then what's, in your opinion, what's the blueprint, man? I mean, we've talked about this in a number of ways at times, but what's the blueprint for getting heard? Like, because
all right, so like you said, you're saying you want to be heard. You know, being heard is not a problem. You know, call some people over, rent a spot, call 30 people over to taste make your music if you want to be heard. But if you want to make it a business, you got to be willing to reinvest in yourself. All right, who's doing the video? Who's doing the mixing? You know, it's not the homeboy mixing unless your people are really certified engineering and you can get it to mastering and things of that level, because now you got to represent all the things you would ask a label for. All right, that's the first thing you got to ask yourself. Like, look, if I went to a label, what would I be asking them to do? Just put money in my hand because you like cut 4 or 5? That's not how it goes. So you got to ask yourself the marketing, the PR, you know, the radio spins. You know, you're going to have to do all of this manually if you want to be really heard. You know what I'm saying? So you got to weigh what the goal is. Is it like, yo, I want to be locally popular? I want to be popular just national, or I want to be world noticed. If you want to be noticed nationally and worldwide, you're going to have to do some homework on what kind of distribution that fits your caliber. You know what I'm saying? There are many independent labels, and now that everybody's really going digital, You don't go to them to ask for money. You go to them with money spent and say, "Yo, I believe my product matches your shit." Like, if I'm a Flatbush MC, I'm not gonna go to ICP's label and fucking Detroit because they're more punk rock hip hop. You feel me? I'm
Right.
gonna find somewhere that matches my caliber. So you're gonna look at the Rhyme Sayers, the Stones Throws, you know, many labels, Def Jux. I don't know if they even still do things or whatever, but
Right.
just giving an example of just underground brands, and you figure out what your situation is. Like, yo, I got a bunch of samples. I would like to go over to Stone's Throw. They work well with breaks. I've seen what they did with Madlib. I see what they did with such and such. And you kind of can weigh getting your material in front of those A&Rs where you sit, because you may be dope in your head, but not dope enough to make a business impression. So the reality is first.
Okay.
Before you even step out with the demos or any of that kind of thing, bro, the reality is first. What are we doing? What's the goal? How much are we investing
Right.
in ourselves?
Right.
I feel
Yeah,
like
that
the
makes
first
sense
step.
because a lot of times, just put some notes in here. I mean, a lot of times, um, we skip past the goal, right? Sometimes, like for instance, I have a marketing business and digital marketing company, and people, but I'm gonna hit you up. It's the first thing I ask them when I work with a prospective client. What's your goal?
Mm.
What do you want?
Correct.
You think you're gonna go viral because you think I'm gonna press a couple buttons, you know, all of a sudden go viral, like or whatever it
Yeah.
is. Like, what's your goal? And so a lot of times people don't even have that answer. So that's very important, right? Like, what are you looking to get out of this?
Yeah, what's the goal? What are we doing here? We here to rub your
Right.
ego?
Right.
Or are we doing
All
business?
right.
You know what I'm saying? Are we dealing with songwriters, or you feel like, yo, every time I get up in the morning with a freestyle, I'm gonna go freestyle on the beat? You're gonna weigh your existence and other grown people that'll be working with the project off the top of your head. That's what we're depending on here to exist.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like really though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you in the mood to write a rhyme on that, dog, you gotta be making songs. You gotta make somebody's favorite
Right.
song. You know what I'm saying? Especially now that R&B and hip hop are kind of
Right.
merged now. They were tied at the hip at one time, but now they have
Right.
merged. So, so whatever the style that cats think they're going to be rocking and everybody's going to be flabbergasted, they're the new whatever. No, man, you got to make a favorite song. And if you look at some of the better spitters in the game, they have made some of your favorite songs, the Kendricks, the J. Cole's, you know what I'm saying? The Roots, you know what I'm saying? They didn't get there just spitting and, I'm dope on a
Yeah.
beat, dog. They've had to recreate themselves several times.
Right. Right. Right.
And they have a team around them. What a break this year. you know, we're doing whatever, and everybody gets on board and starts moving around. You got to pay these people. How are you going to pay them? How do you manifest your words into money? That becomes your outline. You know what I'm saying? How do I monetize my verbs, my compositions, my thoughts? And this is great because it kind of weeds out everybody who thinks they just touch the button and become a star. It kind of weeds out the better. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? The consumer is always curious, dog, but when you have real skill, man, it stands out. It's a beacon. You can't fake that. A lot of clones get past the gate, but they really paying to do that.
Yeah.
A lot of that shit don't count. Yeah.
So let's say, for all intents and purposes, I'm nice. I mean, not just nice, but I let's say my first album. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to just visualize this. I put out an album, self-produced or self whatever made, done everything, got good response. I'm tour making a little buzz locally, opening up for some artists and stuff like that are solid, getting on some shows. So I mean, and this makes sense, but I'm just thinking about it, like, so you still think, because I'm so curious, man. I'm like, damn, why would I even start making music in 2025? I mean, that's my brain. I'm like, this is an uphill battle, bro. Like,
Correct. When you ask yourself the why, it kind of says, damn, why am I doing this? You know what I'm saying? Is this just like a hobby and I'm bored at the house and I want somebody to just say, yo, you the shit? Or am I ready to make this a business? You know what I'm saying? If you're ready to make it a business, then you sit down, like you said, like a marketing situation. You say, well, what am I going to do with this? What's my goal? You know, like you said, if you nice and everybody's on you like that, and you got a little buzz on your page, set a quota for yourself. Let me get 10,000 people here that fuck with me all the time. And let me see how that rocks. Then let me put a little mixtape out with my own beats. Nobody use shit. I don't want to use nobody's shit. Let me put a little EP. No full album, double album. Niggas be coming out with a double album off the first shit because they don't know how to A&R their music. So they say, well, damn, I'm just going to put everything out. And then sometimes it's like you don't even know where your audience feel. Look at Redman. He had 20-something joints on the album. And he didn't even know. He's like, look, when I go new, my old audience hates me. When I go old, then my new audience is like, yo, man, you sound like old school. So he didn't even know where to pick. So like I said, it boils down to consumer. But if you pinpoint your core audience, like if you got people that's on you, like, yo, every time you drop a little spit, you're getting a little 1,000, 1,500, you know, even if it's 300-400 people, whatever, 300 people fuck with you. Now, what can you put together for them? This is reinvesting in yourself. Let me make 100 t-shirts. Let me make 50 and give a little code to my EP and see if they rock with me. So out of my little 300, will 100 motherfuckers fuck with me? Will 50 motherfuckers fuck with me? Start experimenting with yourself before you go to a label and say, yo, I'm the shit. I got 2,000 people on my page. You can say, yo, I've done business. I've been selling my sweaters and stuff for about 3 years. Now, when you say I've been selling merch, which means you can convince people to spend, a company will say, yo, you know how to make them spend? They buying a little t-shirt and USB from you? We can upgrade that. See how that looks? It's different than, yo, I'm dope. Gamble on me. You got receipts that say, yo, I sell out. Every time I do the little spot up the way, I can turn the corner bar to a hip hop lounge every Friday. People come in, pack the place. I'm a favorite of the hood. I've been on the radio on my own. I do my own PR. My following is good. And then you show the receipts of the merch flying out. I can make a keychain. I can make a blunt holder. I can do whatever. Now the company's going to go, yo, we can put products behind you. Product placement. So if you the next Snoop Dogg, what you think they going to do?
Right.
If you the next opera man, Lawrence Welk sticks out for you or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They'll figure it out. If you got a touch point with your audience and you can convince them. It's not about my demo was fresh. That day is done. That was a gambling era, dog. Could feel like, you know what I'm saying? If you could, we are anticipating that you will sell 300,000 albums by the way that this sounds to us. That's a gamble.
Yeah. They're not doing that now.
They're not doing that. You know how much money was blown on the other side of all of the shit that people talk about the industry and all of that type of thing? Yo, dog. You know what I'm saying? You got to think back to all those loans that were blown. You know what I'm saying? You were supposed to flip those loans. Okay? Right. They thought it was prize money. All right? It wasn't prize money. It's loan. We're going to put some bread out. If you can turn this 100,000 into whatever. Now it's 100,000 to your project, but it's like another 100, 200,000 for radio, the staff that's handling you. You think all them people work for free? You think the art man who did your cover, it works for free, the photographer? Look at all the things that I could start labeling that went out with you with this rapidy rap. And because it was such a hype thing at the time, everybody's buying these discs and CDs and cassettes and all this other shit. It's an easy flip. If I get a vinyl press for $1 and I'm selling it for $10, the money will be made back, bro. Right. You feel me? If I'm a label, I'm gonna get my loan back. You know what I'm saying? But the goal of the project is to be awarded. The brand should look like, yo, you took out 3 loans and all of them went gold, meaning 500,000 sales.
Right.
You want that. That's why Def Jam was on. Everybody was going gold. You know, Death Row. Niggas was going gold in a week.
Yeah, the whole crew, the whole roster was popping on both of them labels during their heyday. And you made a couple of good points. Like, as far as coming in and be like, yo, I'm dope, which is more emotion based rather than data. It's about data now. So, like you said, if I come and say, yo, I sell out. I've told you about my man Twistello, who worked Buffalo MC Underground. You never heard of him in your life, but he has never stopped working. And during the pandemic, for whatever reason, I mean, well, he's got, for whatever reason, his base, he's a grimy dude, but his base is white West, like people in Western states, like Wyoming and Montana, and they love his ass. And during the pandemic, he stayed working throughout the whole shit because they wasn't shutting shit down out there like they was on the East Coast. You know what I mean? Like, as far as so, but like that's I'm thinking of an artist like him, if he would approach a label, like he's got data, and I think, like you said, you made a good point about it being a risk, because a lot of labels, there's a lot of big labels that we know about, the heavy hitters, and then there's a lot of labels that went under over fucking night.
Correct,
like,
correct. And they can't even get it right because it's like you go sign somebody who has that kind of following, and you may be attaching yourself to a street terrorist. You know what I'm saying? Look at why label cats sitting in the court with artists that they sign. Okay, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But you got, and we talked about it on this show before. It's like, yo, y'all recruiting those elements that can pay their own road. Somebody who's balling for real, like without you, I got like 3 buildings in my project on lock, nigga. I make a certain amount. I make more money than a dispensary a day. And then you offer me a platform that puts me on blast. Now, what is that for? To advertise your code to the rest of your sets across the country so you can start setting up your own shop? Or is this your ego tripping and saying, yo, I like a little ass rub right now, nigga. You know, niggas don't give me enough appreciation. I want to be a rapper, nigga. I'm going to pay one of my little niggas to do some beats and shit. We're going to put it out, and all my people are going to buy it. That's about 20-30% of the game right now.
Yeah, at least. You
know what I'm saying? I'm not even going to give it credit for the whole shit because you got a lot of international people buying into the American market now. Okay? So if I'm an artist and I'm popping in Africa, I'm popping in Russia somewhere, and I want some of that US dollar and shit, I'm going to contact one of these labels. I'm going to raise some money, and I'm going to buy my way in. And these people get in enough, because once you crack in the US market, you can go back home. It's like being an international ball player. You can be here and play like Luka and shit like that. People be taking advantage like he's just, you know, another good player or whatever fuck maybe. When he go home, he's a fucking superhero, dog.
Right.
So you think about people who come in and dip in the sauce here. So it's hard here. It's not like they're giving that shit away. People paying for that shit. They think you're going to slide up there with your demo and overpass all them niggas online sitting with their cash ready. Come on, dog. Yeah. Think about it. Think about Akon. Think about Akon. Everybody thought he was from Africa. He's from St. Louis or some shit. But look how he bought the investment from Africa, the money. Bought all the niggas that he needed. I need you for 16 bars. I need you. Mixed it all up. Where he's at, the reggae is hot. What you got? Sizzler. You got Shaba. Come on now. And then you mixed in the hottest white boy, Eminem. You mixed in whatever. Because they not seeing black or white where he come from. I can bring this white boy back. This is a white boy that Dre stamp, nigga. The hottest nigga in the U.S. on this track with A, B, and C right now.
Right.
Look how he did. Look how his theme was. Make super singles. Come. Bought all this shit. I'm sure he was no headache to his brand. And got so big, dog, he was managing Lady Gaga and all kind of crazy shit.
Right.
Now, do you think his goal coming in the label was talking about, yo, I'm fresh. He came and said, "Yo, I got bread," and a lot of people fuck with me where I'm from. And if you fuck with me, then a lot of people here will get with me too, and we can make bread. 4 or 5 records later, all right. So if people look at the templates now. See, the thing about our generation, we can go back and look at the templates that were successful. Okay, so if you got a beer drinking dude with a raspy voice, you can go make a Funky Cold Medina, make a super single. That record sold 1 million goddamn copies. That dude didn't have to make no more shit. I'm sure that deal was so fair because it's like, oh, this shit ain't gonna do nothing. We'll give you 80-20 or some shit. And then the shit blows up and sells 1 million copies, dog. And what do you think that check looks like? So niggas don't even have to dive all the way in and be like, let me do a whole motherfucking make super singles. You know what I'm saying? And make a video. So instead of spending for 12 songs, make yourself 3 strong joints and start with one. Put the video on it, put the best lyrics, the best song shit, whatever the fuck you gotta do, put all of the shit. You got 3 experiments to do. Let's see if we can make this shit viral. Because that's the shit nowadays. If you go viral, you don't have to ask for the labels. The labels are gonna call you.
Yeah. So
everybody's singing that shit, and you got free advertisement. Pick up your phone and put that video out there and hit all of these people for free, dog. So if people really fuck with you, you will know.
Yeah.
All right?
Man, this is demoralizing. I'm glad I don't rap, yo. You know, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. Like, I'm thinking, like, if you're, because I think to me, if you're a talented, because here's the problem.
Yes.
Most artists, if you're truly an artist in a lot of ways, your brain thinks differently too. And you don't really think about the marketing side, the business side. That's not something you even want to give a fuck about, right? Like, but now you have to. But like, some people, artists are weird people in some ways, or your brain's not, you want to create and make your shit, right? So, and you would,
from a different place.
Yeah. So that's the part where it's like, damn, you gotta like really do a bunch of other stuff. Now, my question to you is, we're talking about like the independent artist, up and coming artist, or whatever like that. Is this the same advice you would give, or same process you would give for like the veteran artists too now, or is it different for you guys?
Well, it's a little different for us, and I don't put myself in everybody who came from the era, because certain people didn't make an impact, bro. Impact in your catalog is worthless. You understand me? And you still control the power to create that music and better, then you got some options. Some people did that era and retired and are disconnected, dog. They just can't get on beat. You know what I'm saying? I see this all the time. Some cats just like, yo, I made my money. I'm tired of the show shit and all of that. I'm a soccer dad. I'm a soccer granddad, whatever the fuck. And they just retired from the concept. Right. So it's hard to get them back in the studio talking about bring the magic back. That flow and all of that shit is worthless now. It's retro. So you only connect to anything that's going retro. But as far as anything relating to a current business sale, that's why they offer these niggas vinyl deals and all kind of dumb shit for the collector. You're not offering me to the wide ass world. You're gonna tell me, you know what I'm saying? Of some of these cats that are out here that are still doing shows, even though the show market has dried up since COVID and all that other shit, there still is a show market. There still is a chitlin artist to make an impression.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, so there are options, but unless you're going out there to sell physical copies, dog, you know what you got to look up? How much streaming clicks equal a sale? Okay? So if you went out physically and sold CDs, what is the equivalent of that one sale versus the streams? So would you rather sit at home, and if it's like 20 streams versus one CD? Would you like to be out there handing these CDs to people?
Right. So let's look at it.
Okay, let's look at it.
So it's point. I've got to do the math. Is 0.0. Yo, here's the bottom line. If let's say if vinyl costs on my calculator, what I do if you sell, let's say old school era, $15 for a CD or whatever. Right. That's really 3,000 streams on Spotify
for one CD.
For one CD.
Okay, so you got to make yourself in your mind like, is it deep enough for me to go out here and sell 50,000 records just to impress to a label that I'm dope and sign me? Is it really that worth it, dog? You know what I'm saying? So if you just want to be, socially popular, then have at thee. You know what I'm saying? You can just go out there and go ham.
Right.
But, you got to think about the business side of that. Like, where's this taking me? And do I want this to take up my life force and my time? Now, what you can do is product placement. Start writing songs for products. What's his name? Pusha T wrote the McDonald's shit, didn't he?
Yeah.
Does he puts his shit out when he want to, dog, and sat around and made a quality motherfucking project, bro. Now it's touring, got his brother Freeze and all kind of shit, dog. He's good. You know what I'm saying? But he did other things. You're songwriting, you're doing things. People always keep their shit in. Write a song for another artist and go to a label. Say, yo, this will fit homie perfectly. And I got Mary J and I got a Dele or whatever the fuck. Think out of the box. Right. You know what I'm saying? Give them all the shit. Give them all the creative weirdo shit that you were talking about earlier. Give them all that shit, that experimental. Give them your Andre 3000. Give them the flute and the wild shit, the hey ya and all of that shit. Give it to somebody else because you ain't going to use it, my nigga. You think somebody's going to come up here with this check and knock on your door? Yo, you've been so dope. I'm sorry I slept on you for the past 20 years. Come on up in here and get up in the label. We're going to make you a star here in 2050. No, nigga. It is not going to happen like that. Not at all, my lord. I don't care, man. You know what I'm saying? So you got to think to yourself, like, how can I do something like product placement and not compromise myself? Like, if you don't want to shuck and jive, you don't want to do all that, then what do you want to write for? Right, you know what I'm saying? What do you want to write for and make that happen? Damn. You don't need no label because your resume is like, yo, that dude is writing right there. He's jingles are popping out his ass. I wonder if he could write an album. Hey, write a song for my artist. That kind of shit starts happening. Write a hook for my nigga. And I like your beats too. Can you get you and your man to put something together? We'll pay for the lab. That's how that happens. You got to do something. Niggas ain't doing shit. I don't give a fuck what your people say. They may just like you. Like, he's been rapping all the time. He's going to be a star one day and shit, nigga. Like, that's not enough. Y'all niggas been around this motherfucker all the time, DJing and rhyming, and y'all ain't put no money on this nigga? Come on, dog. My father was my first investor. You feel me? God bless him. When he saw I was just possessed with it, dog, he said, yo, man, got me up one morning, bought the equipment that I needed, the turntables, the mixer. He wasn't buying no reel-to-reels or nothing. He just made what I liked better. I'm playing at his barbecue. I'm doing the block party, standing on a crate from a kid, DJing, dog. I loved it. And he invested in me. And I made that equipment stretch, dog. I learned how to pause tape. I'm taking old equipment out of the garage, dog, and hooking it up to what he bought me and making it more. And then I'm ready. So when they was like, yo, what you got? I had joints. I got a notebook full of shit, nigga. I make my own beats on my motherfucking thing. I got dope DJs around me who bring me breaks and shit, nigga. And I'm ready to go. And that's investing. So it's not always investing money. You may invest the tools in somebody who really got it. Like, dog, I see you so much, man. You do all the parties. You you always scripting your shit. You go to work and you pay yourself to go to the studio. Man, here's 5 hours of studio time for you. Here's an MPC. Here's a fucking whatever. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the village got to start the spark.
Right.
So a nigga learns how to handle an investment. A lot of people don't know how to handle wealth, or even a jug. Some niggas don't even know how to handle, dog. So if the village is teaching them, like, yo, don't let it go to waste. Don't let me buy you an MPC and you selling it smoking crack, dog, and you ain't doing nothing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's kind of an incentive.
Yeah, no, that makes sense, man. I mean, so like, I'm just thinking, I'm gonna just going back and forth between older artists, newer artists, and I'm just thinking, man, like it's one, artists aren't thinking. I'm just thinking about artists aren't thinking about the right things when they first
Right.
start out. They're not thinking at all. First of all,
Yeah.
two, like, and we keep going back. We can always go back to, like, you gotta invest in yourself, but it definitely seems, again, still like, and I have it on here, like, you got to have a bunch of different lanes now, man. I mean, I agree or disagree. Like,
Yes.
do you think that you can just come out? Okay, again, for example, I rap. I put out a good album. I well received locally. But if I feel like if that's all I'm doing is just, rapping and putting out an album, put it on Spotify, make a few physicals and stuff. It seems like a hard road to
That's
really.
a difficult road, because if you're not thinking product, okay, look at when you watch internet ads. Who do you think that you're feeding 3,000 streams to one sale? Who do you think that you're feeding? You're giving the platform the opportunity to say, yo, I got 10 million people who depend on me to keep my stream up and my servers alive. I need money from you, and I can put your ads in between their work, movies, all kinds of shit. If you fuck with me, help me keep my servers popping and make sure my technology is the best, I'll put you in front of everybody, dog. And you see dumb shit rising off YouTube, nigga. You can sell everything from your mama's shoes, dog, to ass cleanser, whatever the fuck, dog. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? But you got to spend money.
Right.
The key is money. And the artist is not used to spending money. They're used to going and getting awarded money, dog. So they're not going there with the right mindset. You got to go there and say, yo, my nigga, I sold, I could sell anything. I could sell shower curtains to a me people, dog, and I'll influence them with it. And you got to keep that math for yourself as your drive to say, yo, it's not about me being nice. It's about me drawing these people in and them fucking with the vibration to say, yo, get this radio, get this whatever. Because that's where it's going to start as far as how the market is today. So that should be your own products. You see everybody, yo, I got my own sneakers. Yo, I got my own shirts. Yo, I got my own whatever. Yeah, you got them right. White labeling the products of the deluxe. With the health situation. The nigga just didn't lose weight and say, yo, I'm here to look good. He's like, yo, I got the pharmacy. I got my shit popping and my team is down with it. You want to look like me, nigga? Come buy some of this fucking healthy shit that we got and look what's happening. You go out there and hit the battle, dog, and everybody's on your shit. Well, how you think them products did, dog, after that goddamn versus?
Of course, you already know.
Where we at?
So true. So all right, truth or false, agree or disagree. You can't. I don't care. So then this is what I'm keep getting at.
Sure.
It sounds like you cannot just be an artist in 2025.
Unless you have the plugs.
Yes,
you have the plugs.
And
that's where we're seeing the result of having the plugs now. All the dumb shit, the more oil, the bullshit. Now you see, if they got the shortcut, what I gotta do, nigga? I don't feel like selling out the trunk. I don't feel like going up to these labels. What I gotta do, nigga? And some people treat that kind of bowing down, if you will, they treat that fucked up. You know, come up to the office, nigga. You know, I gotta brand you so I make sure you stay loyal. Some people fucked up like that, dog. Now you see where the desperation comes in because it's laziness, my nigga. This is laziness. Yeah. You don't want to work. You looking for a shortcut. Otherwise, why you keep coming to the lab and doing all of this other shit, nigga, to a promise of a nigga making you something else. You trying to persuade the plug. The problem starts with you. That's a groupie position.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You should be avoiding that. Not promoting that, my lord. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so then let's say, so my man actually is on here. He took all the joints off of streaming, and underground artists, conscious, kind of street conscious, and it's like that makes sense. But then I had a friend who told me we were talking about the same conversation. He's an underground artist too, been around for a while. He was like, "Yo, I keep my shit there." He was like, "That's." So his perspective was, that's still bread,
right?
Like as far as the streaming. So he's like, he's got merch, he's got this, he's got this, he's got that. So he's like, yo, he's like, that's still bread coming in. Why would I just like pull that completely off the shelf? I mean, what's your thoughts on that?
Now you're saying he was making money doing?
Well, so I mean, he's a '90s MC, still around doing his thing. I mean, shows, touring Europe, touring. I mean, he eats off of rap, never stopped doing his shit. Like markets himself really well. He's independent now, of course, but his view on the whole thing was like, yeah, I get why people are taking their music off streaming because of the low payout, but he was like, for him, it was like cast a bunch of lines. He's like, that's still bread that's coming in. Why would I yank it off or whatever? Like, and
it's free marketing, bro.
Right.
It's free marketing. It's like I said, it works for some. It makes it easy. Look, you don't have to keep a web page up if your joints are on Spotify. You can say, yo, go to Spotify. I left up a little playlist and you can go check my shit out. And that's you using their technology so you don't have to pay GoDaddy to do whatever the fuck it is. All right? Some people see it as simple as that. And it's like, oh shit, I got a little kickback from it. They sent me $20, nigga.
Right. It's a great way that really makes a lot of sense. That's a great way to look at it as far as like, because all of these most of these platforms now have some built in. You can put a page, you can have your own little page within it. So a lot of times, right? You can have your own little bio about yourself or whatever, and
so it lets you get your way, like the brother. You know what I'm saying? You're getting paid calling card in the main hub that people already fuck with. Okay, so if you in your car, boom, go ahead and just hit me on the Spotify, nigga, and I left 3 songs for you, not my whole goddamn catalog. Put your little, joints that you didn't put out on your EP or whatever. Put some of those joints on there and experiment. You never know where your hit's gonna come from, bro. Okay, you never know. Songs that I thought would have jumped off on East Blackwood's, dog. I'm thinking like Verbal Milk, but Funkin' Lesson jumps out of the goddamn shit first. So you gotta let the people touch it first in order to know what to do. So you wanna put yourself out in portions. You don't want to give people a long goddamn album and they don't know who the fuck you are, dog.
Especially now. Especially now, considering that everyone's attention span and patience is like that of a grain of rice. I mean, it's like crazy. So especially now, you gotta come with what you consider with the heat, like.
And you gotta also think this, bro. If you've been in this so long, why haven't you made any contacts? Why don't you at least have 2 or 3 niggas in radio or a publicist that you might have known or something, dog, or something where you could pull together a little ragtag team to push an effort out and still tip them, of course. But you got to say, what's the value of my relationships? If you an old school nigga, you know, I don't even know what that means nowadays. But if you someone that's been in the era as a veteran, 20 years, 15 years, you know, even 10 years now, the way that material moves, what connections did you make when you were touring? Okay? Have you made enough connections to say, yo, I could just stay in this little circle of states and eat, and I don't have to be Beyonce,
my man does.
J. Cole. I could just eat. Look, that's what Tech Nine was. All right, Tech Nine kept moving around the country in the suburbs. Niggas ain't even know who the fuck he was. He moving around 30 cities, 20 cities, you know, 10 cities, selling merch up the ass. Got his own team, and the team keeps growing. And you sitting here between Cottonmouth Kings and ICP, getting all of that unique audience, working with the Juggalos, creating the Ninjas, all of this shit, creating his own fucking market, dog. And you got your own sound and your whole shit, dog. So after a while, you see Tech Nine on the Forbes magazine at the lower part of the totem pole, but anybody talking shit about it, you never even reached the goddamn Forbes magazine. What could you say about a nigga rapping, reaching a Forbes because your team got together and made an effort?
Yeah,
your team.
We talked about that. Talked about that a lot. As far as
a lot. I tell all the time, you can't do this without. You know.
Yo, that's and again, I wish my man was here. Like that's what my man. Again, he's a underground, grimy Buffalo MC, and his fan base is Medford, Oregon, Billings, Montana. What like? I mean, when I see him posing, right? Because he rocks. When I see him posing, he'll be like this. And he's got some like it's almost like the shit looks photoshopped, but these are his people, and they fuck with him, bro. They fuck with him so heavy. Like if I post his shit and he shares it,
yes,
they're all on the page. Like they're like I call them. I'm like, yo, you got a fucking cult, man. And it's good. I mean, these people he eats, and so
he's speaking the language. If you talk about upstate, look at the mentality. The upstate, like Northern Cali, is different from LA, dog.
Of course.
Okay. Upstate New York is different from the inner city, dog. So you may be speaking a frequency of a nigga like, yo, I'm a genius trapped in the woods, nigga. And that shit transmits to Minnesota, Medford. You know what I'm saying? Those are woodsy places and shit. But there are geniuses trapped in these places, dog. And you may be speaking that language. So you got to learn your frequency. Okay? Right. We spoke about this in the past. You got to learn in your rhyme book what is the shit that people are gravitating toward, and then you got to make it into a factory for yourself. Say these when it's album time. So you keep practicing. Let me start with a super single. Let me see when my people really fuck with me. Let me see if I invest a couple $100. Can I make it 1,000 with my immediate team?
Right.
You gotta think. Yeah. And if people feel invested enough to fuck with you like that, you don't drain your audience and always have $14.99. You're not Fortnite, nigga, making niggas pay for skins all the fucking time. You know what I'm saying? You can't drain your audience. You know what I'm saying? You got to do things that offer them something special. If you give your audience music, you know what they would fuck with and say, yo, I love this. You know what I'm saying? If I had an X-Clan, my X-Clan fan base, and I made a collector shit and put the pink caddy in there, like the cover and shit, I know my niggas would say, oh shit, I got the time machine. I'm gonna put this right above my turntables, dog, and boom, boom. What's your pink caddy? What's your fucking, verb stick? And what's your fucking beads like X-Clan had or whatever, or your LL had or whatever the fuck. Niggas just coming out, yo, my name is John Newton. Come fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no, no special Kango, no Adidas, no nothing. You ain't got shit to offer me, but yo, I wrap something in the house, man. See if you like it.
And I'm nice. I'm nice.
Word. What does nice mean in 2025, dog?
Doesn't mean shit.
Is it to where you mastered your market so dope that it's like, yo, that dude, when he moved, what's the guy's name? Kanai Sanat, whatever the fuck. You
God,
want to
God, yeah, the fucking game playing niggas. Yeah.
on a nigga playing video games and inviting niggas over the house. You got millions of people following you every fucking day, and so a label will look at you like, look, what is this kid doing? You're a nigger too. Can you attract some of these motherfuckers and make them follow you everywhere that they fucking go? They're like the cutting board. You know what I'm saying? Because it's possible. This nigga was just sitting around playing games on Twitch or whatever the fuck it is. I don't know his story. Don't let me get started with niggas. But I'm just saying, dog, you meeting LeBron and you moving around and you got 2 million people on your shoulder while you walking up and pissing on yourself in front of great motherfucking people, dog. And niggas love you. You on Fortnite as a skin, nigga. You doing crazy shit.
Yeah.
So you gotta say to yourself, like, is that my goal? Do I want to be paid like this and always like, hey, chat, I'm taking a shower. Hey, chat, I'm taking a shit. Hey, chat, I'm going to go get with my girl. You like her dress? You want to be like that? Or you want to say, yo, I found some products that match my lifestyle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm selling the head wraps. I'm selling the Egyptian jackets. I'm doing my shit. I'm coming out with the album. You fuck with me, get my code. Get 20% off if you want to fuck like me and whatever the fuck. And hold it down and just do a little project, son, and stop trying to give your whole life away. Put 5 songs and give people a discount code and go sell some fucking jackets, and I bet you your shit change. Sell some shoes, sell some pens. I don't give a fuck what it is. Find the product that matches what you're talking about. If you're just all over the place, you want to come and Cool Keith niggas and Ghostface niggas and just be talking about mayonnaise sandwiches, you know, pink shoes, you know, whatever the fuck, you know, my gun go like this, you know, it's going to be a long road because you got 1,000 niggas trying to throw that kind of technique. You know what I'm saying? And some of them, yes, some of them make bread. But, you know, a lot of people compromise themselves for that money, dog. You know what I'm saying? We talk about the 360 deal on here. If someone approaches you with a 360 deal to be other than you are, you got to think twice.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Exactly. So tell me if this is sound advice, and I've said this to people, artists a lot.
Yes.
We want to just hear from you. I say rock with who rocks with you, like you said. So you find that. So my man, again, going back to my man Twistello as an example, like he found the groove.
Yeah.
You would think this dude, based on the people that fuck with him, was one of the most popular artists in the world. He's not, but he's found a groove and found a lane. So would you say rock with those people and then and really just go all out catering to them, or would you like try to like get new people as well? Like, or would you be, if once you found that niche market, do you go guns a blazing after that?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, so you're saying that's pour your energy. So you saying would you pour your energy? Yeah, just pour your energy into who's rocking with you, or do you still try to go after new? Like once you find your lane, you say, "Damn, everybody out."
You gather your core audience. I get what you're saying. You gather your core audience because they advertise for you. Okay, if you got 100 loyals, they'll bring you 500. Okay, and then that 500 is rocking and showing up, then that's going to draw you another couple hundred. So stick with your core. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say feed them correctly. You can't feed them bullshit. You can't be, hey, I got a new t-shirt, $25. Got a new t-shirt next week, $25. Come on, dog. You got to be giving me something that says I'm an exclusive. All right? That's why I felt the NFT was a very good thing before people just blew it out of control, because you can give 100 to 1,000 of your people a print, what's it called? Minted piece. So say I had a minted X-Clan album and you bought the virtual one and I send you one physically for your investment. Okay? That minted product becomes collector shit. My goal from there as an artist is to say, let me make the best album and best impression that I can do to make their minted shit valuable as fuck. So your $100, you can sell that bitch for $10,000 after I fucking worked this motherfucking record. And that's what the dude did when he sold it to them for $1 and said, watch my smoke. Okay? So if you bought 10 and I cut it off and say no more streams after this, or I made physical copies, then your dollar is now worth $100, $1,000, whatever. All of them people that bought, and then that nigga got into that drama, dog, and they're the only ones with those copies, that shit will be worth a lot of goddamn money. If something happens to him, like some Tupac shit, God forbid, that goddamn record is worth a lot. If they got the original shit and they got a minted physical copy on top of their NFT, they won.
Right.
That's empowering your consumer. That's different. Not selling a picture for $10,000. That's money laundering. Straight up and down.
Right.
Am I bullshit? If you buy a picture online and you telling, yo, he like my little Space Invader character, that's money laundering.
Yeah.
All right. But if you're giving me empowerment to say, yo, all of my loyals, he had 1 million people ready to spend $1 and got that money in 48 hours. So you're platinum. Okay? You're platinum because you're not on YouTube standard. Okay? The little chart that you just showed, you're not on that. You're selling your physical copies for $1 a pop, or your stream count, your album playlist. You're giving them access with their code. Whatever your NFT shit that you're giving them, you're giving it to them for $1. Yeah. When you go get on a reality show or whatever case may be, yo, there's only 1 million of my copies. If you want my shit, you're going to have to buy from one of them. That was an exclusive shit for my people. Anything else, you got to be the first on the road. So every time he drops, he can be 1 million sold. Because they're going to be like, yo, I got to get in. Now, he can set his quota. Like you just said. Do you rock with the people that fuck with you, or you try to do whatever? Nigga, 1 million people just bought my shit for $1. I don't have to think. Every time I drop another 10 songs, them people coming here with that $1, dog.
Yeah.
Better than 0.00513 of a cent.
Of a penny, bro. That's not even. That's they don't even make the type of currency that shit is paying out. There's no currency for 0.005, bro. We're gonna put it up one more time before we get out of here, because this is crazy. Like this.
But you made you're making a virtual reality of your music. You're not getting the physical CD anymore. You're now getting a download, a data drop. So you're trying to stop them from going, the consumer from going the pirate route, because really, if I want to hear your album, I'll just wait for the videos or someone to pirate that shit, just like everything else. People have been touched by the free. They've been touched by it. So they're not going back. It's like, nigga, I don't want to go to Superman in the theaters for $30. Let me go to this little ... movie.com, whatever the fuck, and see my shit. So you think your music ain't there for $200 million fucking film is sitting on this shit? You don't think your little fucking 1099 album is available for them to just woo-wah, woo-wah? You got to gather your loyals. If you don't have no fucking loyals, man, leave it alone, dog. And that's the difference between the artist and the wannabe. Okay? If you got people who fuck with you, like Jay-Z say, we don't believe you, you need more people. It's the realest shit in the world. So now we start separating that oversaturation and saying, yo, that nigga got 1 million motherfucking people. I didn't know who Kid Cudi was, dog. When he did Rock the Bells, right about the last concerts that they had at Rock the Bells, and he was like a headline. And I didn't understand, because Common, Talib, and all kind of people was performing on the stage. And I'm saying, I would think Common would be part of the headline chemistry. I didn't know who the fuck Kid Cudi was. And then I saw the props on stage and niggas singing every fucking word. And you'd say to yourself, like, what the fuck is nice? Nice is having your following come and sing what you put out back to you, dog. That's nice. When they singing to you, when I hold my mic out, niggas say, Grand Verbalizer, what time is it? I know you fucking with me. that means to me, I'm nice enough for you to recite my shit and give it back to me. That's nice to me. When you let the people in, not boggle them with the boggle, all of this other bullshit. And at the end of the day, who's singing that shit? You know what I'm saying? What female is shaking to that? 50 Cent make it easy. You know what I'm saying? When he's singing his shit, find me in the club. No, but mine, what you need? Make it easy. Every time Power come on, niggas sing it. I don't give a fuck what it is. You let people in. It's a gift to making hits. Dog.
No, that's
ain't no motherfucking joke. It's a gift, dog. Everybody.
Great way to kind of put a bow on this, and you said it very nicely. Like fuck with your loyals. Like and just because they'll because also it's because and this is a relationship. As a fan, I have a relationship with the artist. So like when I see artists like fuck it, like that are making music that I like, and again, it's a give and take. So they're going to support you even more. They're going to support you even more, man. And
that's how the living legends in the West. That's how they were formed. The visionaries. The Project Bold Collective stayed alive for years because of the loyals. It wasn't necessarily sales for something like Project Grow, but the brand was out there for you to say, damn, I want to go to Cali, sit in Lamert Park on a Thursday night and catch Freestyle Fellowship. Probably one of them will pass through the house. The legend. Sometimes the legend is bigger than the brand that you created. And there's a problem. So for veteran artists, it's like niggas got you standing 10 feet tall with 4 nuts, nigga, and you bullshitting. You know what I'm saying? You're not even keeping up with how much impact your legend did. Sometimes you got to do the homework. You know, I took years, okay, to go and dig and see what the impact of X-Clan was before I put it back out on Suburban Noise. So before I came back, I went to see, well, damn, what happened? You know, what people turned to be teachers, what people took the material and broke out of gang life and got into, you know, building other shit. You know what I'm saying? I learned that our music was being used for one of those fucking college Gamma Beta sorority and fraternity things. They had an X-Clan shit based on our music with the steps and everything.
Yeah.
Right, to get away from the Greek shit and all of that, they fucking created a. I talk about it in the documentary, though.
Yeah. So
it's incredible shit. I did homework for this documentary. I'm just sitting in a chair and barbershop talk niggas. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's taking so long, because the research is not off the top of my head. Like, hey, I remember him and he was da da da. No, I'm gonna show you how the impact is and what it formed.
Right.
What became of those people who were trying to make a mark? Like, yo, I'm tired of the Greek shit, nigga. I want some black funk in our shit, nigga, and some steps that make our shit happen. You know what I'm saying? Because it was empowerment for black people. I am for the empowerment of my people. Then they can come to the table of humanity clean. I don't want them coming to the table of humanity fucked up. So my goal for the music was different. It wasn't like, hey, shuck and jive to my shit, yo, and put some money in the basket and I'll see you next tour. Nah, nigga. It wasn't that for me. So like I say, I don't expect everybody to think on it like that, but you got to have a theme.
You got to have a plan. So, I mean, wrapping this up, come with intelligence, have a goal, know what you, so I mean, there's a lot of things that you got to think. And again, we joke about it a lot. It was like, you say, I'm dope, I'm nice, right? And because that's the joke, but it's like, it's got to be more than that, especially now. Like it's got to be more than that. Like, and so you know, just in terms of summer.
Yeah, man, think about it. Go up to a grown person 50 years old from the era talking about, yo, I'm nice. And what does that mean? You know what I'm saying? But you go up to a grown person and say, yo, I do music and I have a product.
Right.
Okay? So you're doing 2 things at once. You're working and you're working. All right, I got a product. So you're not going to sell Pee Wee Herman pants or shit like that. You're going to sell something that matches to your product. So you're going to write something that says, yo, I want to write something that kind of lures to whatever. So if you're saying, I want niggas to get sharp again, you go make a deal with the tailor like, yo, back me. I want to get niggas back into pants that, pull up over the ass properly or whatever the fuck may be. Find something, nigga. You know what I'm saying? But you got to just think out of the box because everybody's just, get a hair care product. It's like going up the block and everybody got a cleaners and a barbershop. And what you going to do? At the corner, you got access to the corner store, you going to do the same shit because it's easy or whatever fuck may be? Come on, dog. Be more creative. Do something different.
Do something different. Think out of the box. Have a team. Set goals. Use the data rather than just your emotions of, again, we always say the star in your own head, right? Like, I'm nice. Again, I'm super nice in the shower. I'm bars all day. I step out. I take one foot out of that shower, bro, and something happens. So, you know what I mean?
And the reality comes. Some people have a delusion, brother, and they get out of the shower. That sounded dope. I think I can go out here and get a label to give me $20,000 to go up here and say, yo, they like my demo. And there's some people that have a sickness like that in their head, bro, that they feel that they have a number on how dope they are. And a company should fill a loan out to put behind your shit, pay several staff members, pay a radio station, pay for global, national, or local marketing around you and 4 or 5 songs with some fucking spoken word on fucking beats.
Yeah.
Come on.
Meanwhile, everybody and their mom is doing that too. So, like, there's a lot of nice, before we go, like you said, nice. There's a lot of people that are nice. There's a lot of basketball players that can hoop, right? But
yeah, no doubt. But you got to have a theme.
Right.
You got to have a theme. If you nice and you look like Jimmy Walker, dog, Dynamite, for back in the days, you're not going to go far. But if you got Kobe, you got the cut, you know what I'm saying? You got the Devin Booker going on. You know what I'm saying? You drawing people to the season.
That's what it is.
Telling you 100. You don't see no ugly motherfuckers on no goddamn album covers and shit like that. You see people at their Sunday best.
Not unless
so you think you come
they used it. To me, they took their intelligence, flipped it, and marketed that as like the thing or whatever. But that's rare. But that's ultimately that's rare though, because you still.
Yeah, for star status. We're talking about star status now. You know what I'm saying? You can come out underground and do whatever fuck you want to do. If you got a following, you know what I'm saying? You can do whatever fuck you. You have one leg, nigga. You can be 50 Tyson, nigga, and make a goddamn hit or whatever fuck may be, dog. But you talking about where you want to keep it as a serious business. When these niggas are looking at these young boys, all these little babies and all that other shit, yo, nigga, y'all about 10, 20 years late. Hating on these niggas. You know what I'm saying? When they show up, their entire region fucks with them. Okay? Fill up a stadium, no problem. Get online, yo, we gonna be here. That shit is sold out today. Right. So you gotta get power to be in this goddamn game or decide, yo, I just don't need too much. I just want 300 or 400 people in front of me shirts and I'm cool. Some people are straight with that, dog.
Yeah, that's okay. If that's what you but as you said from the very beginning, though, establish the goal. What do you want? You know what I'm saying? And what do you want? So
set a goal. Yeah. Set a small goal for yourself, man, and just play with it. Experiment. Don't take it so fucking serious. Right. Niggas be putting their whole life. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh my God, everything is depending on this, all my life. Yo, man, you got to get a mental check, dog. If you put so much into entertainment like that. But if you have the opportunity to create a business, hip hop is the best bullhorn to let niggas know that something is happening, bro. Yeah. Okay? That's why people put the music behind their little products and the dancing and all of that bullshit. Because it's like, oh, that's one of my favorite songs. And yes, you can get the hair care shit that I fuck with and the special grades and the bullshit at suchandsuch.com. Dial in my code, bitch, and motherfucker will get down and spread it open for you and everything, nigga. And you see why the women advance. They go and put a little cleavage out, put the right beat behind you, put on Kendrick Lamar, They Ain't Like Us or some stupid shit, and fucking, dance to what everybody else is dancing to. Drop it hot and shit, show a little something, niggas fall in love, they gonna buy what you got. What you selling? Toothpaste, sea moss, sandals, nigga.
They don't care. They don't even know what they bought until after they got it. They don't give a fuck.
Correct.
Because they right.
So that's been the prostitution. So I'm saying to yourself, don't prostitute yourself. Okay. Find a brand that matches with what the fuck you do. You live on planet Earth, nigga. You gotta wear clothes, brush your teeth, comb your hair, do something, nigga. Find something that works.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Sell it with your goddamn fucking music, man, and call it a day, nigga. You are not gonna be Beyonce, dog, unless you at some Diddy party or some shit. You know, that's what this gatekeeper exposure is. It's like, yo, nigga, I can't even get in the game. Niggas are standing at the door with their dick in their hand and baby all talking about, yo, you really want to be in the game? Niggas should be insulted. We make
They're
it.
not, though. They're not. They're not insulted. They're happy to hear that shit.
I don't know what the fuck, dog. You should be insulted. All these years, you thought it was like get better, be a better musician, do whatever, and it's really like niggas standing in the gate like, yo, you'll never get past here with that bullshit. That's insulting, dog.
Oh yeah, to a real artist, of course. I mean, I'm saying to the others though, they happy to hear that shit. Oh, that's all I need to do. Like you said, the shortcut.
Happy as fuck. That shortcut is up their lane.
Right, the shortcut. This is all I need to do. Oh, word, sign me up. But yeah, if you have any type of
how that is, you see what the marketers become with that shit, man. Come on, bro.
If you have any type of integrity at all, you should definitely be insulted. We're about to get out of here. Unfortunately, the hour goes by fast, a little over, but we didn't have no stupid notice or no bullshit come up. So, you know what I'm saying? So this has been episode 49 of Constant Elevation with Brother Jay, and I appreciate you as always, man. I'm glad we're getting back, gotten our rhythm again.
Always, and I like the new feed, man. There's less distraction. I hope I wasn't breaking up during the shit too much,
No, a little bit, but less than on the phone, yeah. and we were good. So and you were clear and stuff like that. So excellent. So yeah, so excellent. It was good shit, man. And again, I'm pulling up graphs and charts and shit. So as we get a little bit more in it, you know what I mean, I'll be able to.
I love it. It's a great setup, man. I love it, man. I thank you for all this time. I know we were supposed to do it for a short time, but it felt good. And like I told my people, man, I like being live, touching my folks. And the fact that you make it easy for me to do that, that's perfect, man. It doesn't step on the toes of anything that I'm doing. And I look forward to the future, man.
No, I bet, man. I appreciate you as always. I mean, we're both super, super busy, but this is something that's important to me. And the fact that it's just as important to you, then it gets me going. Oh my God, I gotta hit him up for a topic or whatever. Like, because I know you right there with me. You know what I'm saying? We in this together trying to do it, and we've gotten some positive feedback and stuff. So yeah, we're on the new platform. We're on YouTube exclusively now. No more IG as far as the live shows go and stuff like that. And we're doing it here, so we'll be here. Yeah. Yeah, of course. I mean, free. Everything runs its course. I mean, we did it for free, no issues, whatever, for a long time. But moving to our 50th episode, we had to level up. So appreciate you. Appreciate everybody in the chat. We're gonna get this up. It's gonna be up on YouTube right after this. But my wife will edit it.
To everyone, man. Much respect, man.
Yeah. So salute, Joe. I'll talk to you soon, my brother. And you be well.
All right, man. Give the family my regards, man. All right, peace.
Same here. Peace, family. You good.
Blessings.